Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn series with myself, Aina Alive, and Temi Daramola. And today we are going to talk about AI in action and specifically about research, decisions, storytelling, and also bonus point how to prevent the burnout. And if you see me the first time, my name is Aina Alive. I am an enterprise coach, Scrum Master, project manager, and also AI enthusiast who is trying to work on the intersection between emotional intelligence, artificial intelligence, and decision making. And also, let me introduce Temi Daramola. Temi, welcome. It's your first time here as a speaker. So Temi and I met when Temi wanted to volunteer for one of my nonprofit organizations, the PMO Strategy and Execution Hub. And since that, the conversation kept going. And then I discovered that Temi is AI enthusiast. And sorry, Temi, but you're crazy about AI tools. So I couldn't miss a chance and expand our partnership and invite Temi as a speaker. So on the top of that, Temi is an AI project manager with a strong background in technical product management, SaaS, and fintech. She specializes in leading cross-functional teams to deliver AI-powered solutions from concept to launch, bridging the gap between technical complexity and business impact. With years of experience managing products like education fintech platforms and payment systems, Temi brings execution, strategy, and customer-first thinking to every project. Also passionate about emerging technologies, she is focused on building scalable AI solutions that drive efficiency, innovation, and real-world value. So, welcome, Temi. And
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I'm unmuted now. Thank you so much, Haina, for the introduction. Thank you, everyone, for joining the call. I'm excited to spend this time with you and see what we can do together.
Fantastic. So let's us get it started. And agenda for today is to talk about Perplexity, what this tool is about, GPT. Obviously, I think all of you at least heard about GPT and how is it different, GPT and Perplexity. Can we use like one or another, or are they like balancing each other? Then we continue talking about Gamma and how to transform our ideas and findings just in minutes into a beautiful storytelling. And also bonus, how to use GPT AI agents for monitoring burnout. And I will rush to the GPT and Perplexity. So to make it easy for you guys, Jamie and I prepared this table to identify the core features of these two AIs and also the differences and what is used for what purposes. Well, the table is in front of you. Temi, I'm not sure, would you like to speak up a little bit more about Perplexity and ChatGPT and actually how you even started using Perplexity and why you're recommending it to the audience?
Okay, great. I can do that. Okay, again, so today I will be walking us through theoretical of AI, while exploring GPT and Perplexity as a tool. And so based on what Haina have here, I know most people might not just, oh, how can I read all of these things in a second? But I'll just give you an overview and think this call is recorded, so you can always just go over it. So in my own, I'll give you my own thought process about this tool AI. Perplexity gives you, I think it's much more, it gives you much more research insights where you are able to get live data. What I mean is that the information you are getting from Perplexity is updated. It has reference. It's something that you can always, oh, who populates this data, right? As for ChatGPT, it's basically on reasoning. Okay, what do I think this is? Right? What is human thinking around this purpose? It necessarily does not. Some cases it provides. Sorry, give me a sec. Some cases it's, oh my God, did I just leave this call? No, okay. Yeah, in some cases it provides resources like, oh, this is how we I gather this data and all of that. But in many cases it's just like human thought or just random processes. So Perplexity is much more data driven, while ChatGPT is much more human reasoning. Also, I was talking about the weakness of Perplexity is one, it is limited. It has, like we mentioned, it's just vice versa. It has limited reasoning depth. And for the weakness of ChatGPT, there is a lot of hallucination, like, okay, repetition, like giving the same, like just like repeating what it gives, right? Why Perplexity has limited human reasoning. It just gives you like data from the internet and the likes. I think as a result of that, we have other ones right on this screen. We have the pricing, how much Perplexity charge versus how much ChatGPT charge monthly, and there are some recent features that you could actually explore that helps you, like, okay, select, or do you want human reasoning or you want deep research. We also have the citation customization, where you can how you can design with heat. And we also have the prompt features that allows you to, like, in case you want to build like a project now, or you have an idea, oh, I want to build a running app, right? In terms of ChatGPT and Perplexity, I would say you should use ChatGPT, because if you have the right prompt, you can actually use that to have a prototype. But in terms of Perplexity, it's still going to give you like deep research, not just human thinking based on the inputs that you've tabled or you've shared. I think that's for the difference theoretically. If you don't mind, I think I'm more of a practical person. I can just dive into what it looks like in real world.
Absolutely. And I will just give my recent example before we move on. So I just participated in Toronto International Film Festival. So lots of movies, lots of actions going on. And I was using ChatGPT, and I use GPT 5 with extended prompts to help me to search the movies and to find out like the summary of the movies, because I was working there and people kept asking me like what movie is better, or like which one you recommend. And there are like 190 plus movies. Definitely I haven't watched all of them. So I tried to use GPT to help me with that. And I asked it to precisely go on the web, use the trusted sources, and based on that, provide me a quick summary. And lucky me, I watched 2 or 3 movies, which I asked to provide me a summary, and the summary was totally wrong. And I was like asking my GPT, so did you find this in like any like legal source, or did you imagine that? And my GPT responded, yes, I used first, second, and third source, providing me with the links, but based on the information there, I understood that that movie was about, and that was specific one, that the Queen prohibited to use AI in future. And nothing like that being like happening. It was the opposite. It was a movie about a future shooted mainly by using AI. So you see how wrong GPT can be, and it kind of like pretends that it just uses the legal sources and provide you the information like that. So if you want to be sure, use Perplexity, because it's cited research and it's a true research. So Perplexity doesn't have that wild imagination as GPT, but you can be trusted that the information which is there is correct. And okay, won't keep you longer, moving on to practice. So, Temi, would you like to continue?
Yeah, absolutely. So today, can I share my screen while you also share it? Okay, let me send you a request now. So we're just gonna start that.
Yes, and so what we are going to do, we prepared like 5 case studies for you, so we can see each live. We are not going to demo all of them, but you will receive these slides after the presentation. So if you want to practice, you can choose like any case study, what is mentioned here, and also use Perplexity and GPT, and you will have your own example as well.
Yeah.
think Temi, you're allowed now.
Okay, all right. So we're just gonna start with this. Okay, interesting. Okay, so welcome to Denise. Okay, so we're gonna I do have a slide here that I just like having it on the side. So today, like I mentioned, we're gonna dive into the practical of how to explore perplexity response or data versus using the data we get from perplexity and pasting it in ChatGPT to see the difference to help us articulate because that is like the human reason we need. We use perplexity for online sources, like I mentioned you get gathering data, you need analytics, you need all of that. You can use Perplexity. And then from that data we've gathered, then we can now paste it in ChatGPT to okay, curate this into my experience or curate this into a much more human reasoning or much more human understanding. So today I have several case studies, but one of it I would be using is the first one, which is choosing an AI tool as a PMO. One of the case study we're exploring is this. So, what are the top AI for management tools in 25? The features, the offers, and that. So we're gonna paste this on Perplexity because we are trying to make it research. So to use Perplexity, let me give you an introduction. So that you can use the free version. You can use the paid version. This is the $20 we're talking about, and this is like the max version. I think this has a lot of perks that you should look out for. Everything pro. You have comment, unlimited access privacy and all of that. But for today, we are using the free version. And so let's see what the result we can get with the free version. So we're going to do this. So the questions I pasted for my sticky board, I'm going to do that here. But because I have an account, you don't necessarily need to have an account, but you can, this is just a single account. You can just go there and just paste it. So this is the question that I need data from, right? So I'm pasting this on Perplexity. So you can see that it actually gathers sources from 20 places on an instance from use, motion, teamwork, everybody does write something about this particular topic or this particular piece, this is what it has to say. So this is our response. With the top here, management tools, we have Motion, Motion, ZenHub, Zira, GitHub, Monday.com, Taxaid, Headtable, and the likes. And now breaking it down, the leading snapshot, these are Motion and all of us will be talking about. The features, these are the features that this particular software has. And so you, as a business or as an individual, you just need to, okay, which one aligns with what I'm looking for or looking to build? And then you're gonna go for it. So you can see it's also like table. There's like a table showing that okay, formation, this is the strength, this is what is ideal for. So this is based on internet data, right? Or let me say sources. So based on what we have here, we're gonna paste this.
And
So sometimes
Amy, I think maybe it's a little bit fast for some people,
okay.
especially who are gonna watch the recording. Could you emphasize what was this scenario, what the task we are trying to achieve, and then maybe go through it one more time a little bit slower before copying and pasting?
Okay. All right. So what this tool basically is that the AI project management. So we can see that Monday.com as a project manager, you use this to set the tasks for your engineers, for designers, for the sales team, or you want anybody to work on particular tasks. You want okay, you're not just you are much more organized, right? So you can use these tools to actually stay organized in the system or in the company. We have Motion. Motion is for small and business teams, basically for time management, task scheduling, and all of that. So all of these tools are for organizing data prioritization, task prioritization, and this is how you just use them. So, for example, now I'm very familiar with Jira, GitHub, Zen Hub. So let's try with Jira. I don't know if you want to. Okay, so this is Jira, and I don't want to download it. So basically you can see Jira, this is for issue tracking. We also you can try Jira for free. And same things, and there are videos on how to like navigate all of this these tools or how to use it. So we also have Airtable Assistant, tax aid. So basically for tax management and basically staying organized, you know what A is working on versus what B is working on, what is the timeline they give you for their to complete their task. If they run into a blocker or they run into issues, they can definitely notify you right on this platform, and then you get a notification, oh, this person, I'm currently blocked here, how can I be unblocked? Unblocked basically means that you run into issues like you're unable to complete your task. So it's the more of the work of a project manager to make that blocker go, and make it easy for them to be able to complete their work. And as soon as they complete their work, you as the project manager can go over what they've worked on, make sure that it doesn't tally with what is being given to you. How can we test all of those things? And then you would just move on to the next task you want to give them. We're talking about the features. So for these features now, especially in the era of AI, most of this software are integrating AI into their products, where their automation tasks, their smart scheduling, sorry, their AI-driven insights for you to know what is going on and how to gather data from using the software internally. I don't know if that covers your question, Aina. Does that cover your question?
Yes, I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure that people understand the tasks that we are looking for, what is the top AI project management tools are in 2025. So we've got a comprehensive research on the tools and also what features they cover.
Yeah, absolutely. So please, also, if you have a question, you can drop them on the chat box, and I'm happy to digest that. So basically, you can see the tools there. We have Motion. These are tools to manage tax, therefore scheduling and tax management in the system. And these are their strengths. Headtable is data aware. Tax state is for collaboration. Forecast is for resources and insight. Monday.com, visual and automation workflow. Then I'm sorry, teamwork expense also fuel motion for scheduling, and these are the industry that they are ideal for. So this is for SMB, this is for agency. So if you have like you work in, let's say, a mid company, or you work in a small company, this is actually something that you could actually show, okay, what of the which of these tools aligns with what the kind of place I'm working in, and can get results. So as we are able to get these tools now and their features, we've discussed that, and we're able to get the sources online using Perplexity. We are now going to go ahead and copy this. Sometimes I like to explore. If we export this, this is definitely going to be like owned by Perplexity. So I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by that. So let's export this to PDF. So while we export this to PDF, you can see that it's telling you that, oh, this is from Perplexity. This is owned by us. So it's not something that you generate yourself. So sometimes I just like to like copy it, and so that I can always paste it. But this is also something that we could actually use, or yeah. So that's that. So let's try and go to ChatGPT. And so based on the answers that we have there, let's paste that. And sometimes I think I like to attach file. Okay, so we've already added the file. So let's just download that. So the tools, you can just paste whatever you have on Perplexity. You can either copy and enter it on ChatGPT, or you download that particular file and attach it on ChatGPT. So on ChatGPT, we have a different motive. So the other motive we have is that, so let me adjust this core, okay. Okay, great. So I think you guys can see me now.
Yep.
So yeah, so the second one what we're trying to do is to compare the tools that Perplexity gave us. So let's just do that. So we're gonna paste that.
And I just want to emphasize we are comparing them for mid-sized financial services company with 200 employees. So it's not just
Yeah.
comparison for the sake of comparison. We have specific task. We have specific number of employees.
So we're gonna do this and just paste this. So what ChatGPT does is going to read through the file that I already attached and then suggest response. So I'm telling this tool to compare these tools that I already attached for this set of companies or this size of companies. So let's go ahead and enter that. So I guess so it's within the company. So we can see response based on ChatGPT telling us, okay, tools in 25, summarizing, motion for AI scheduling, and all that. So why it matters if for a financial organization, one for compliance, cross-functional relationship, resource and budget control, scalability. Shortlist for fifth, we have the forecast, what's why it's needed, the narrative around it. And we also have Jira. Why is Jira needed? You can see for workflow customization, stroke audit trail, fit for regulatory reporting, and the narrative around Jira is to ensure rigor and compliance for across projects. We have Monday.com as well. So these are like the responses of why you should use this and the narrative around it. So what to skip? Okay, so why we are skipping this is instead it said it's still why we're skipping motion is one too lightweight for 200 person. Stand up. This is developer centric software. What I mean is that basically it's more of engineering and for teamwork, strong for client agency, head table, great for ops and data, and all of that. So this is why we want to what to skip, right? Executive recommendations. We have mid-size because we are focusing on a mid-sized company, right? So this is the response for a mid-sized company. This is the forecast is for financials. Monday is for conventional. So this is like what ChatGPT is recommending for us to go for due to what the kind of responses that we're looking for, right? So it's also asking us now, do you want me to package into a one page as like deck for styling? So if you go ahead and say, oh, okay, I think I want to do this for presentation at work, you can just type in yes and you get like a one pager deck. So once you get this, then you can then, oh, after I do this, I don't just want to present a PDF, right? I want to put this into a presentation format. That is where we are introducing Gamma. But for based on what we have here, so we good with comparing Perplexity, the data. You can see that the response we got here, there is nothing like sources, unlike Perplexity that gives us 20 sources, right? So, and if you're also, if we at even we request, oh, we want image of where the sources are, so you could actually see, okay, these are how where this data are gathered. This is the response it's giving us from the sources. But looking at ChatGPT, the only source that we have here is from the attached file given to included in the prompt. So there are less it's less of online searching, let me use that, rather than the intake, what you put in, what are you giving. ChatGPT is about give and take. If you want me to do this, what do you have for me to leverage on? So that's just how ChatGPT work. So having said that, so we'll go ahead and do the second example and see how does anyone have any question? Let me see. Let me check the chat to make sure that we're good. Okay. I'm
No, I don't
struggling.
see any questions on the chat.
Okay. Okay, great. So, please, if you have any questions, you can let me know. So, so with that being said, we'll go to the let's have another example. So the next example we'll be treating is risk analysis for new initiative. And so what is the scenario here? A company is launching a digital transformation project, and how what data are we looking for? We need to find what are the common risks in digital transformation, most especially in projects in 2025. So we want to get real data from Perplexity, cite risk trend that has happened along this line. So once we're able to get this data from Perplexity, then we'll go ahead to ChatGPT to say, okay, impute those risks, the project details, and help us mark our transformation project and propose a mitigation strategy for us to achieve this. So I'm going to go ahead and carry out the second case study and also give us maybe one more case study before we arrive at the last one, before we move to our presentation stage, so that we can pick any of those projects case study to put it into a presentation that, oh, you want to present it as work or you want to use a pitch deck. So that's what we're going to do next. But for now, let's try the other case study and explore our responses together.
People's
Um,
Choice Award. So that's gonna.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm just gonna paste all of this because I need real data. So this is publicity again, and we're gonna paste this bigger.
Temi, a question. Is it okay to
Okay.
use the same chat for like multiple researches, or is it better to kind of like reopen it for different researches?
So can you take that again? I kind of lost you.
Yeah, so my question is it okay to use the same window for multiple researches on multiple topics, or is it better kind of like to reopen the window?
Okay, so yeah, it's I would say you can use different the same um, page. Reason is that
Mhm.
one, if it depends on the version you're on, and secondly, it depends on how elaborative you want that particular you want response from that project. If it's something that you're going to okay for this particular project, I'm going to be needing a follow up. Or I need this store this information because I'll be coming back for more information. You need to definitely create a page, a particular yeah, a particular page or a particular section for that. You don't have to paste the same question,
Mhm.
double question in a particular input. You because you will not be able to like go back to it. So, but if it's something that oh, it's just a random question or just like a case study like this, you and you have a freemium version because once you open to like I think three or four, it tells you to update the payments or something. So you will not be able to like you have multiple tabs. So for this kind of project, you just want to like maintain just one. And if there's going to be a follow-up case study or a follow-up on that particular research you're doing, you should definitely maintain just one tab for each case. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Tammy. Again,
Yeah.
the comparing with GPT when you use like one page for multiple questions, because GPT tries to interpret and kind of like predict what you want it to say. It kind of like mixed up like previous questions, despite the fact they're not related. So sometimes I'm confused and like, okay, I'd rather like open different window for like different questions. But here in Perplexity, yeah, it takes like the specific task and it doesn't mix up with what we've been asked before.
Yeah, exactly. So, based on the second case study now, guys. So, as we know, we are comparing risk analysis for new initiatives. So, this is our response, and this is around 20 sources. The sources around Octeria, Last.com, software development, Infgate, ISA, and the like. So. Okay, so these are the 2025 weeks analysis, and I don't know if I should read that, but I think the first heading is very, very detailed. I said the most common risks facing digital for transformation initiative are cybersecurity threats, which are very valid, talent and skill shortage, fragmented strategies, poor data integration, compliance, and regulatory boarding. So we can see that these are like real data because these are like weaknesses or the risks that people should be aware of. And you can see some breakdown telling us most common risks, which is still specializing on cybersecurity and privacy threats, data governance, low tech adoption, vendors and third party risks. This is when you're like integrating into third party APIs and all of that. So you can see the real market trend for cybersecurity. This is the current 2025 status, and this is where the sources is coming from because just this particular cybersecurity, there are like five sources you can get that data from, like, okay, why this is valid or why people have talked about this in the past. So for skill search shortage, you can see widening gap in talent and support transformation, silo teams, cost overrun, data integration, regulations that's ties around evolving around AI data environment and which requires monitoring, right? We also have the third party I mentioned earlier, outsourcing creates exposure because when you're sharing your APIs, you're sharing your data, it's definitely something that it's a risk because your data can be compromised, right? So this is the response that we get or we are able to get for this particular case study. So how do we make sure that, okay, based on this data source or this research, how can we have a refined sorry how can we have a refined risk? How can we tailor this risk into the kind of um, business or the kind of scenario that we are looking for or we are looking to um, hand down? So we're gonna export this again. So there are several ways to export. You can use PDF, Markdown, or Doc, and you can also share this. So if I share this on the group, you will definitely have access to it because you'll be able to see everything. So I'll just go ahead and share this on the groups so that we can help be carried along. Okay. Okay, so I just shared that on the group. So yeah, we're gonna export this as mentioned, and let's see what ChatGPT is going to give us based on that. So what are we looking for in ChatGPT now? What we are doing on ChatGPT now is to impute those risks that we've gathered on Perplexity, our project details, which is already entailed in the PDF, and we are going to map these risks on our own to transform the projects that we intend to work on. So we'll do that now. Okay, so we get the response. Fantastic. Really, really good.
So we are trying to be proactive before all the transformation for our organization. We already are learning from previous examples, previous organizational mistakes, and what's more, we are creating a mitigation strategy. So when we start the transformation, we already know what is going to happen, and what's more, how to mitigate it and make sure that we are still proceeding with this.
Okay. Thanks for that contribution. So we can see that, okay, if we are looking at the cybersecurity area, this is the description in details. New digital platform increase attacks, sensitive financials, and client data at risk. What if the impact by several financial loss, reputation damage, regulatory fines, and mitigation strategy? How can we address this, or how best can we make sure that this is being see, I don't want to use the word minimize, or this is being taken care of so we can implement zero trust security, continuous monitoring, AI, regulated penetrations, ensure cyber insurance coverage and all of that. So you can say we have first different risk category. We have the shortage, data governance, regulatory compliance, low tech adoption. We have for vendors and third party risks. So what does this? Let's talk about this because I'm always because when you're dealing with third party, it's always much more um as a project manager, you want to, oh, how best, who are the people we need to partner with? How can we bring this project to life? So it's always more of what kind of what is the risks, unseen risks that we should be aware of. So you can say that this is like heavy reliance on cloud, fintech vendors, failure cyber threats, compliance gap, and all that. You can say, what do we need to be careful of, or what do we need to mitigate on the strategy? By doing our due diligence on vendor risk assessments, motivate vendor strategies where possible, SLAs and penalties. This is very valid. Regular vendor audit and contingency because you want to like take track of, okay, who are the people that have done this, you've done this with, what was how is that going for you guys? And what are the setbacks or roadblocks that they've encountered? So that's like the responses that we get. So based on what I said again, ChatGPT now is not giving us online sources. It's giving us based on the inputs, what we've gotten from Perplexity and seeing comparing that using the intake that is being provided to give us a real human data and areas to work on, right? So this is for the second case study. I don't know if there are any questions. If there are no
There is
questions,
one question, Jamie, on the chat, an actually good
okay,
one.
okay, please let me check that. Okay, okay, so I'm trying to, in case of Perplexity, makes mistake, which I pretty catch that or would need to tell it to make by this information. Okay, yes, this is a very good
Sorry,
question.
Tammy, before we address again for our YouTube audience, the question is, in case Perplexity makes a mistake, would ChatGPT catch that, or would you need to tell it to first validate the information you're asking to analyze?
Yes, so I would in based on what I have noticed or what I have figured out, if Perplexity make mistake, ChatGPT would not catch the error because you're only entering the data that is provided. So it's just going to give you a generic answer. But if you know that if you're sourcing, if you're getting information from ChatGPT and Perplexity, and you know that what you're getting, that is not the answer. That is why for you to put any prompt into ChatGPT or Perplexity or any AI tools because we have a lot of them, right? You know what you're trying to do, the results you have an idea of the results you're trying to get at and the expectation. So Perplexity or ChatGPT will not just give you a random answer or a random thought. From the response given to you, you will know, oh, is this the right answer? So right from there, right from Perplexity, you can catch the error before pasting it on ChatGPT. Because ChatGPT is just like it's just to give you response based on what you input, not all address. Or there are some cases where if you know that, oh, this is an error and you don't want to like correct it, you just cut the error on ChatGPT and not on Perplexity. You can actually modify it by saying that, oh, I noticed this particular line is wrong, can you readdress that?
Or
Right. So
another prompt, sorry, Jamie, like if you really want to make sure that Perplexity didn't make mistake, you can write a specific prompt for ChatGPT. Please double check the information I am placing into you and go to the legal web search and do the precise analysis. So if you write prompts like that, yes, it will catch the mistake. If you don't address it, no, it will take all of the information for granted.
yes, exactly. That's very correct. So Timo, does that answer your question?
No, I don't see any more questions on the chat.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Okay. Yeah. Got it, Timo. Okay, so we're gonna go. So we're gonna explore this. This is a second case study. Let's explore one more, and then we will move to Gamma and okay, pasting this response into a pitch deck. So let's try and so I need audience. Sorry, I don't know. Zoom is not being friendly with me right now. Okay, so we have three more case study to explore, but I want to use future trends. Okay. I think we can explore case study 5, and case study 5 talks about the future trend reports. So we are trying to like get prepare for AI, the AI in project management, which is like the future report, right? So let's do that. And I think we're gonna use this case study 5 and case study 1 is related because we are also talking about AI project management tools, and these are the two prompts we're gonna use to write a pitch deck on Gamma. So we will.
Oh, sorry, similar cases but different wordings. So let's see. Let's compare the answers. How similar or different they're going to be.
Okay, okay. Do you want me to do that now, or we should talk about it when we are done with case study 5?
Yeah, let's do case study 5, compare it with case
Okay,
study 1, and then go to Gamma.
okay, gotcha. So case study 5. Now we are exploring this. And what does this say is the future trend reports. What scenario are we trying to get information from? Our team wants to prepare the future in AI project management, and we want to get top AI trends impacting project management in 2025. So we're looking for sources and insights. Enter. Okay. So we have, you can see, guys, based on what I just did, now this is like the third prompt. It's telling me that, oh, you've run out of process, so I need to upgrade. So if you're doing this for freemium, you're gonna get this, but most time I just like exit because if I can still press in anything and then still get results, but it's just like notifying you to like upgrade if, since you've been able to like get results from what you're doing. So back to our question or our case study, based on this, getting this future trends about PMs, AI PMs, we're able to like gather sources from 14 places, right? These are the list of them that we gathered data from, and this is the response. Sorry, that's not what I'm supposed to do. Okay. So this is the response, and so the getting that in 2025, the top AI trends impacting PM will include predictive analytics, forecasting, automating of routine tasks, intelligent resource optimization, virtual assistants, hyper personalization, reporting, dynamic project ecosystem driven by real data and adaptive workflow. So this is the key AI trend that we should look out for in the future or in the coming years. Like I mentioned, predictive analytics, automations. What basically this means is that there are some things that we would not be doing manually. Let's say maybe updating tags or scheduling reports, risk flagging. These are something that you can a product owner or a product manager can build APIs to track this or software or use software that could help us capture these anomalies, right? So we also have a AI virtual assistant. I know recently is something that is already going on. You're on a company's website, there is already an AI bot telling you to fill an application. You're not just like putting your resume, there's an AI bot taking your information. You want to get more information for a particular website. There's an AI said, oh, do you want me to call you or would you prefer text? So these are something that is already in place, and it's still going to improve as time goes on. We also have hybrid and agile methodology enhanced. Yeah, I this is something that I see coming because I'm an agile person, so I know especially based on what we currently have right now, agile is just basically you're reiterating your projects, you're seeing how you can build fast, right? So how is this is going definitely going to be impacted with AI. It's already happening because now if you look at vibe coding tools, you can actually build a product. You can actually build a mobile app or a web application in minutes, right? It's something that is already coming up, but we're still currently at the early stage of it. So it's something that it's going to be improved as time goes on. That you can actually build a product in seconds, even by just sending a voice note to the AI tool, or you're just pasting 200 characters, and then you have a complete build. So it's not left for you to like, okay, should I continue this to continue using these tools to gather users, or I just want to use it like as a prototype to pitch to investors, right? So this is so back to what I was saying. I was just trying to like elaborate on the future here. So, but this is like the key areas that is definitely going is coming in for project management, for us as a project management. So you can see the sources. This is just like putting it in table in summary of all of this. Like, okay, these are the areas it's going to come in, and how it's going to help. The sources, you can see you can even see a projection by 2030, automation of admin tasks. This is feasible, even though it's already in existence, but it's still at an early stage. So all of these things are going to come, and yeah, it's definitely going to be explored. So now that we have this, I will just go ahead and let's get information, here more of a generic information from ChatGPT. So case 35, and so we're gonna attach this. I hope I'm able to attach. Okay, yeah, self plans. So what are we trying to get from here right now? So the plan is to turn this trend into like a 2-year roadmap for PMO adoption. So what is going to be a quick wins and a long-term step to achieve that? So this is what we need from ChatGPT, because we already have the data. We just need it to refine it for us.
And Tammy, let's speed up a little bit because we are running out of the hour. So let's just
Yeah.
proceed to Gamma. And I think
Okay.
people can vote now which case study you will see in
Absolutely.
Gamma.
Okay, absolutely, absolutely. So we're gonna do this. This is what I'm going to do. I want us to like all of this data. We're gonna use it in. hmm, Trying to so the what is gamma for? I will just dive into gamma. I'm sure we can always go through all of this, but everything has been explained basically. So this is gamma. Gamma is like a presentation tools where you can turn you can have you build your portfolios, build a presentation deck. As a project manager, we do all of these things, and so it's always ideal to have the knowledge for you to, instead of using Canva, I'm trying to use this, I'm remembering this presentation tools to, so basically AI can help you do that. That's what the essence of what I'm trying to say. So you want to start for free. So you need a sign up. So either you log in with your Google account or you log in with an email. But I already have an account here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get us a new email that we can use. So I do get an email from here. So it helps me to like, if I don't want to impute my data. So this is an email that we're gonna use. And if you're going to send an inbox to this email, you're gonna see it here. You can see if there is if you need a temporary email and all of that. So this is where you're gonna do that. So this is Gamma. We're gonna paste the email that we just populated from temp email. So the next thing is for me to confirm the email, which I just mentioned. So you can see I just received an email from this place to verify the email address I already. So we'll go ahead and verify. I'm just going to go ahead and verify this. So what's our name? So I'm just gonna use a random name. Password. So I'm just gonna use any kind of password, but I don't want us to forget. So you can. What's today's date? Sorry, I just try. Okay. Sorry, just have to put in a number. Okay, so I can use a number. So I'm just gonna use Temi tests 2025. So if you look at my email, I don't know if you guys can see, but we're testing. So 2025. So so now we have our gamma set up. So why are we setting it up? Is it for personal use, for work, or for education? So I'm gonna pick for work. And so let's say so there's no project here, but we can just serve for okay, just me, let's say 5,000. Okay. So you can do a lot of things here, build a website, da, da, da. So you just said, what's your plan for Gamma? So you can do that. How do you hear about us? Okay, that's okay. No. Anyway, we're here. So there are three features here. We can either paste our responses that we've got from ChatGPT into this place. So you're just gonna click on it and paste all the responses that we have on ChatGPT here. So once we paste this, and we can just move ahead to okay, do the presentation. And it can also do many purposes. You can turn this response into a web page. You can turn it into a document, or you can turn it into our socials, right? So, but for this sake, we're doing a presentation. And do we want to paste it here? Yes, yes, yes. You can do that. It's possible. Or because we already have an imported file that is being downloaded. Okay, I think let's paste it because what we're working on is ChatGPT response. So at the beginning, we're working on Perplexity response. You're just gonna come here, attach the files that we've selected, that we've worked on, and then paste it, and you're gonna get your results. So it's gonna do three things for you. Import. You can import it from. I don't know if you guys saw the URL I sent on this group earlier. So you can just like share this and come here and paste that. Sorry. Okay. Come here and paste it. Enter the URL, and all of your responses is going to be designed, turned into a presentation. But because we are dealing with ChatGPT, and I want us to be able to get real data, so we're gonna paste all of our responses so far. Okay, so let's start with here. Turning the three case studies into one presentation. So okay. All right, so we're gonna paste this. All right, so we have one. That's one done. I want us to have a very elaborative presentation data. So that's why I am. Did I just press? Oh, okay. I'm not supposed to be here. So the second response case study, just gonna do that here. We're gonna paste it as well. I think this has limitation as well. So this is the second case study. And for the last one, okay. For the last one, you can just do this. So the idea of the overall result of this is to turn this responses from ChatGPT into a presentation. It's almost time. So what do we want to get from this? Is it to generate from notes or outlines, or great condensing. So I'm picking this because we're doing presentation into something much more presentable. So you continue with this by configuring our prompts. So ChatGPT is asking us, sorry, the chat AI tool here is asking us, how do you want this? So I want it into more summarized presentation. I don't want some unnecessary information, right? So we have 10 cards because okay, so I don't know. So we're just gonna go ahead and okay, so it's loading and I'm trying to push this away from here. Okay, so it's currently generating and now we have our presentation. So we're gonna start from slide one.
Fascinating how fast it generates the images.
Very fast, very fast. So you can see our response still populating. We are currently in slide 5. So it's telling us what to do. So this is slide 1. What are the things, everything we've discussed over there, you can just, okay, have it, the financial services, 3 recommendation tools that we can use as a business. You can see it here. Tools to skip, executive recommendation. So basically, this is okay. So this is a phase 2. This is a second case study. So, okay, this one has to know this. Okay, so we just did our first presentation and that was very good. So you can have all of this, to skip all of this, everything that we discussed about. You want to present at work or you want to write a pitch deck, you can just come here and do that. So now that we have this information much more in a very summarized face and image, you can choose to share in different purpose. You want to share it. Oh, if I want to share with Haina, I just need to put an email and then she's going to get it? Or do we want to publish this into a site where people could go to? You can just click on publish the site. Or you want to share it to anybody to have access, you can just use the share button. And you can always also convert it, sorry, export it to PDF, PowerPoint, Google Slide, or even as a picture. Or you can post directly on LinkedIn. So once you click on this on the LinkedIn post, it should just tell you it's everything that your followers needs to see as is probably was already attached. You just need to like add the body of it. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so I can't remember my password. So anyway, you can you can just add post directly on LinkedIn, write it right from this feature. Or maybe an engineer, you can just based on this thing that you have, you want to add it to your web application. So this is the embedded code. You just need to paste it and use it on your studio code or any tools you use to write code. But for our sake, for our purpose here, let's present this. What is your clients or your co-workers going to see? This is how it's going to appear. You're telling them about AI project management tools. You click on the next page. You click on the next page. You just show them, oh, this is what I have to share you. And if you're sharing from the board or I just forgot the screen of this thing, you can just use your remote and then it takes you to the next page, to the next page, to the next page. And you're not just restricted to that only. You can actually, oh, I don't like the image of this thing, or I don't like this picture. You can just come here. You tell AI to change the picture for you. They can say much what I'm trying to say. You can change the image. You can edit the image. So let's try to make it much futuristic, right? So you can see, try to get my agent. So there's like an AI tool helping you to like restructure the image to turn it to a much okay, you don't like this particular one, is suggesting another one for you. So okay, so I think so this is another thing. This is another image. This is much more like it's giving result like it's better than what we have. So you can change image, you can change text. You're not restricted to this. So you can see I can type something, you can go back, you can add anything you want to add. Yeah, I think that's like so you can also change the theme. Maybe you don't like the way it's all white, or if you want to make it much more, you can turn it to I'm a black person, so you can sorry, I mean I love blacks, most especially when I'm working, so you can turn it to a much more brighter color. This is not nice. No, but it's gonna be nice for other person. But this is so you can basically the essence. What I'm trying to say is that you can change the theme to make it much more attractive. Maybe you want to use your company's color code or something. You can just change all of that. So okay, I'm gonna stick with this. I think this is more kind of flashy. Yes, I think that's all about Gamma. If you have any questions, please, I would like to take them. Yeah, Gamma is had for us now. We could just open an account. You have a 600 cards, which is you have access to like I think you can do like 3 presentation for free. But for you to be able to do much more than that, you're gonna you can hand cards or you can end points by inviting people to use Gamma, or you pay for it. So this is based on the presentation we just did now. We exhaust 60 cards, 60 credit, I mean. So we still have 540 credits for this particular account. So this person can still use as much more credit. And you can either pay for a paid version or you invite your friends and family to Gamma, and then you will get 200 credits. So it keeps piling up to your credits. You don't have to pay for it. Yes, so I think that is that about Gamma as well. Yeah, does anyone have any questions? Happy to take a question.
I don't see any questions on the chat, but we have a small audience. So, guys, if you have any questions, feel free just unmute yourself and speak up.
Okay.
And if not, we are already 1 hour plus. I don't know if you need to drop for work. If you do, feel free just to drop and I will send you the recording later. Or if you want to stay, so I can quickly show you how I navigate burnout using ChatGPT, feel free to stay.
There's also something I would like to get people aware of. I know we talk about data protection, privacy. So you if you want to know if you've been pawned before or your information has been sold, you can use this web. I'm gonna share this on the group. It's called haveibeenpawned.com. So basically, you want to know if your data has been stolen, used, or compromised at any point in time, and you can just what you just need to use here what information you just need to use here is your email. So once you put your email, you can then check. It's just basically to check if you've been scammed or your information has been used before. So I'm gonna paste this. I don't know if this is gonna be helpful. So in case you know that your data has been breached at all some point in time, you can just going forward be careful of sharing your email or your information to people going forward. And if there's a way you can retreat you can get make sure that you don't your data is not being breached anymore anyway. So it's just like a new thing I just found, and I just thought like, okay, this is cyber security picks. I'm gonna share this here. So that's it. So I
Yeah,
just dropped the group as well. Thank
that
you
was.
so much, everybody. It's been a good time speaking. If you have any questions, you can let us know now.
Thank you, Temi. That was great. Great. And Temi, feel free to share your LinkedIn profile. So in case people will have questions later, they can reach out to you. And I will start sharing my screen to quickly talk about burnout. Because yes, many know that we can use ChatGPT for notes, reports, like presentations, etc. But we can also use it like a personal coach, kind of, to monitor the burnout. And what I did, first of all, I identified the criteria for my burnout, so how we can track and monitor it. So we called it body energy. So what it means, I am logging in data from my tools, like what time I woke up, what time I go to bed. Like I like walking, so how many kilometers or how many steps I walked, what I eat, if I want to track my calories. So again, I have some tools to track all of this data, and I just download it into ChatGPT every day. And we have score like 0 to 10. So for example, if I slept 8 hours and if I ate healthy food, so like my score is going to be like 10 or so. If I ate pizza and drank wine and ate sugar, so my score is definitely lower. And so GPT calculates this score for me based on the previous data and also provides the commentary, what happened during the day and why it calculated this score. Like another domain I have is mind energy, because my work is a mental and I also run a company outside of full-time job, and I also do some like mental exercises. I play chess, so sometimes it's too much per day. Sometimes my day is lazy and I don't use my brain as much as I want. So it also scored, and also commentaries are provided. Communications. I'm a coach, I'm a project manager. Most of my days is in communications. Some communications are like productive, some of them are toxic. So this is also scored. Finances, you will see in the example that I am a little bit stressed out by the mortgage and property fees, and it also affects my burnout stage. So we decided, me and ChatGPT decided to include this domain as well. Seen and field is kind of like our language with ChatGPT. Like some work is operational, like for example, answer like 50 emails at work. So I don't feel like I am really productive or like I'm moving the needle. I feel like I do some operational work, which affects my mood, and my mood also contributes to my burnout. So we're tracking kind of like that as well. Clearing. So again, like lots of things are like left behind when I do like lots of communication. So I want to make sure that my email box is cleaned up, that my download folder is cleaned up, my apartment is clean, like whatsoever. So we are tracking this as well. So again, it's just my domain and my format, what affects my burnout. Feel free to use your GPT and create your domains as well. So when we summarize all of this during the day, we have overall day score based on the score we have. And also if we have some like peaks, they also noted. And then at the end, we calculate the burnout risk based on the day and also based on the previous data, because all of the days are like logged in. So I've been doing it for the last 100 days. So we are comparing it with previous data as well. And also, if we are at risk, or even if we are like not in risk yet, so maybe one key action for improvement, or like something I need to drop or protect whatsoever. So let's see, this is the prompt I use for my AI GPT agent. So like description for Burnout AI Navigator, you are my burnout prevention navigator. Your job is to process my raw notes daily or weekly into structured tables, risk gradients, and concise next steps. You never output generic wellness tips, because that's what happened when I just set up my agent. It just provided me like the first wellness tips it found from the internet. And like, come on, I know all of this. I need more precise information. So we are going through the daily analysis from what I already explained. So trend review, we're also trending if it got better compared to the last week, if it's worse, or if it's the same. Identify recurrent stressors if we have some, weekly burnout index, some protocol rules, no fluff, no generic wellness advice, prefer subtraction, keep output. And here is an example of what we had between days 45 to 55. So for example, body energy was 6.8, and it's lower than the trend last week. And some comments what's been happening during these days. Communication 6.2. is kind of the same. Also, the trend that volunteers left waiting because I never had time for my volunteers, sorry, Tammy, because I have full-time job and it's kind of like draining and exhausting me. So financial movement trend is okay. And at the end, we have burnout index 42 out of 100. So it means low moderate. So it's good, nothing to be worried about. But again, recurrent stressors, heavy property tax looming over finances, physical overextension, volunteer communication delays, creating small drains, and some recommendations like workload levers, structural fix, and protection during the next week. So this is how I use GPT, and I also wanted to quickly show you where this
Yeah.
is AI and oh, sorry, wrong tab. Here we are. So if we go to AI, so how can you make this? So you can just like use chats, but chats are not productive. So there are like some projects you can set up in GPT. So Aina's Life is a project I set up, and you see like I track every single day. And it's also a key point when I talk about work, I use English. When I talk about personal life, I use my language. It's kind of like easier for a GPT to respond with the tone I wanted to do. So if it's English, ChatGPT turns into like a professional assistant. Daily life, it turns into like a French language. So I set up a project, let's say Aina's Life, and I log my diary every day here, like the data. If we go here to GPT for dots, it will show us yes, top picks. So if you already have something what you might use like SongMaker, AI Humanizer with your optimized article, or like we don't have a burnout creator, so we just like click in create here. And when it loads, so it provides you with a window. And here when we see ask anything, we just input the prompt I showed you on the PowerPoint slides, and that's how we create an agent. And then so it memorizes the prompt I set for it, like to be my burnout helper. And then every time when I log in my data in the project Aina's Life, at the end of the day, it summarizes and provides a score and also provides the recommendation. So that's what I wanted to share.
Great, great. Thank you for sharing, Haina. That was really helpful. I'm definitely going to explore it.
Thank you, Temi, and thank you, Marius, for staying with us until the end. I know it's 1:20, so the others needed to drop for work, but the recording is going to be provided, and it was the first experimental session, so we are looking forward for your feedback and other tools you want us to explore, or maybe other topics, like I mentioned in the beginning, like traveling, music creation, or like anything else what is in your mind. And we will set up the next lunch and learn and hope to see you there. And thank you again, Tammy.
Yeah, see, guys. Thank you so much all for joining. We'll catch you again soon.